Hello and welcome back to another episode of the CQ the Watch Guy podcast with me, CQ the Watch Guy. Hope you're having an amazing day out there today. I know I am. It is another beautiful day here in Miami. It's nice, it's sunny, it's a Saturday. The sun is shining. I think we got a little bit of rain coming in a few, but it's Miami. Summer is approaching fast. It's hot out there. I'm talking to Jose about maybe getting some tents because I will not, I will refuse to not get some more outside shoots done. I love them so much. I know you guys love them too. So I will not let the heat or the rain beat me. So look out for that. And yeah, let's just dive into it. So I want to just recap what we were doing on the last episode, where I was talking a little bit about the Only Watch auction and just kind of Geneva Auction Week in general. So I just want to recap that now that Christie's has their website back up. I was able to kind of go through there and just kind of review some of the auction results. And I looked at all the big auctions, but I was really interested in the Christie's auctions because of the issues they had with the online bidding during the week, right? Because that really showed you the pulse of the ground and people who were in the room and people who really, really wanted watches that were up for sale during those auctions. So the results would be interesting. And I was really interested, let's take a step away from the Only Watch pieces. I was really interested for pieces that aren't the super marketed pieces, like especially if you're looking at the pieces in the rare watches included the property of Michael Schumacher auction. There were a ton of just, normal Rolexes, APs, JLCs, a random, really cool watches that are in there. And uncommon, but not super rare. Like there's normal Daytonas, white gold, subs and things in there. So it really lets you see kind of the pulse of the market. And what I saw were a lot of pieces that were hidden right in between the estimates, to be honest with you. There are a few things that didn't sell, but a lot of things hit right in there, right in between the estimates. A lot of stuff hit light on the estimates. Things that were very sought after, like Cartier, a lot of vintage Cartier blew out their estimates. A few Cartier crashes did very, very well. A lot of unique pieces kind of blew out. Of course, the Schumacher editions did extremely well. My favorite out of the two that everybody talked about, one would be the Vagabond one. Schumacher, which had his helmet and the Ferrari emblem, that went for 1.1 million. But I was just taking a look at the Royal Oak chronograph in white gold, and that was really the piece. I said in the last episode, I'll say it again, that went for 415,000 Swiss francs. So, leaning closer to 500,000 US dollars, maybe around 450, 460 USD. Once you put in the tax or everything, you're well into 500. But like, if you're a Schumacher fan, if you're a racing fan, and if you're an AP fan, this is the more wearable piece, right? So I think super strong number for that. Imagine if like the bidding and everything was in a normal place. I think this could have probably went even more insane. I think seeing a 600 or more result wouldn't have been out of the realm. But overall, these auctions definitely not what we were seeing in 2022, where everything was just going crazy overestimate. You've seen a lot of traditional Pateks like 3970s and stuff holding very strong. So what does that tell me? That tells me that the classic collector is back in the fray. People are enjoying traditional timepieces, traditional watches that have been there for a long time. High pieces are still there, still doing well, but the volatility, let's say that, has stabilized in the marketplace, which I love to see, which means everybody is getting in there, everybody's enjoying, but we're not seeing big spikes either way. I think, when we going back to Only Watch and we saw, there are a few pieces that didn't hit, where people thought, the letter piece really stands out. That piece only went for around 45,000 Swiss francs. Estimate was over 100,000. The retail of that piece is over 100,000. But when you take your microscope out a little bit and you zoom out, that's a piece not everybody knows. So, really that one suffered And many pieces in the Only Watch auction definitely suffered because if you weren't in the room and you weren't really hype on that piece, you're really focusing on that piece, it wasn't going to do well. And maybe the person who that piece was meant for was not in that room. And, to be a fan of letters, to be a fan of high complications and just, he's just there refining escapements and frequencies, and you have to really be up that alley. And if you're not up that alley, somebody got an amazing steal of a watch, and it just pays to be in auctions and just beat a low bidder, because sometimes a low bidder wins an amazing watch. Anyways, I think when you look at the overall temperature of all the auctions, everything points good, and still a great place to find some amazing deals. To me, not the best place to hunt for common, not so common watches that you can still see from relatively good dealers like ourselves. I think it's a place to hunt rare watches that you only see pop up once in a blue moon, once every few years, things that you're seeing, like, I'm here in the US, if it's pieces that I only see offered very far away, places that I can't inspect, maybe I'll venture into an auction house if I see something coming up in an auction, especially if they're doing a tour, I can inspect the pieces and things like that myself. But because, again, remember, with the auctions, you're still paying hammer premium, you're still paying taxes. So a lot of times you end up paying very close to what you could have paid to a dealer, get the warranty and everything like that. But it's a great place to see very unique pieces. It's also a great place just to see what pieces actually sold for. And I think that's an important thing, because it gives us yearly benchmarks and results to look over, and just a historical gauge of the watch market. And yeah, everything looked good. And honestly, it's just great watch porn, right? Just great to see amazingly really cool pieces that are photographed well. And so good that Chrissy's got everything back up and rolling. A lot of great watches for you to check out there. And that Royal Oak chronograph in white gold. Yeah. If I had the scratch, I was bidding on that. That for sure. That for sure was the piece for me. Anyways, let's dive into the watches of the week. We have a great lineup for you this week. Some awesome stuff on the website. It is Memorial Day weekend. We have a Memorial Day sale going on. When you guys heard it, will have just ended, but that doesn't mean to not check out the site, davidsw.com. Make sure you hit the new arrivals tab. Anytime we have a sale going on, and anytime really, but during sales, we're always rushing to put a ton of inventory on the website. So make sure you're checking out the website. Hit that refresh tab. Pretty much every morning we got between, 5 to 10, sometimes 15 new watches are going up. And you want to make sure you check out, because we have a really, just interesting lineup of pieces that go up every day, and it's just always fun to see. And you just get some really cool pieces and cool opportunities, like this first watch I have coming to you, Panerai PAM 716, the Mare Nostrum. I've talked about one of these in one of my very first podcasts, I believe. I'm a big fan of the Mare Nostrum. It's a Panerai that really doesn't look like any other Panerai out there. It's based on one of their original officers' watch. If you don't know, when the Panerais were originally designed and used, they're for divers, they're for the Italian frogmen, and it would be used underwater. So for the Italian Navy officers, they would have this watch. It's a simple chronograph, the original versions, huge, over 50 millimeters, I think around 52 millimeters. Those are interesting pieces. So when the 716 came out, you got a very wearable watch, 42 millimeter piece, very interesting looking. You get that vintage aesthetic. I love this watch. It's a Panerai, doesn't look like anything else. Gives you that vintage nautical vibe. Just makes you feel like you're about to go on a boat and get into some type of adventure. What I love though is the prices that you can get these at. These used to go for over retail back in the day. Now retail is around 10,500 or so. Full set, excellent condition, box and papers, April 2021, 6,375. When I say full set, full set, box, papers, certificate. You know, Panerai, they're gonna give you the scroll. So you get the scroll. This one is limited to 1,000. So you get the scroll, you get the manuals, you get the rubber case protector, you get an extra strap, you get extra buckle. This one comes with the brown strap. This one comes with the blue strap and an extra buckle. It even comes with the wooden submersible model that you can put on your desk as well. 6375. A steal. If you're a fan of Panerai, if you're a fan of marine watches and you're looking for something that's not a diver, something that's unique, but you want that nautical feel, you really, really can't beat something like this at 6375. You really can't beat it. Honestly, you really can't. 42 millimeters as well. So it's a Panerai that is wearable. That's not a Due. So if you're a Panerai guy, or if you're just somebody who likes a good chronograph and you want something that's vintage inspired, this is such a great piece to pick up. Love it on the brown strap. I do it on the blue strap. If you want to get very, accurate to the original one, you put a blue shark skin strap on there and you go crazy. But I think this is a great, great piece. And this particular one, excellent condition with the fullest of sets you can get for this one. Check out the PAM 716 Mare Nostrum, an excellent, excellent piece. All right, moving on down the road, we have a beautiful IWC Pilot's Chronograph AMG edition with a carbon dial. I wanted to talk about this one because I'm a big fan of IWC. I'm also a big fan of the AMG watches, and people don't realize how many different editions IWC has done with AMG, and there are a lot of cool ones like this IWC chronograph. So what do we have here? You look at it, whoa, this is a normal IWC chrono? A little bit, right? You got the normal chronograph layout, but you get a 43 millimeter titanium case, not something you see every day. The dial is a carbon fiber dial, carbon fiber motif. And then the numerals is kind of a silvery gray, so you kind of get that Mercedes silver arrow look right to it. And you get a really gorgeous looking watch. Again, great price, $65.75, full set, excellent condition on this. And you get a very unique looking watch, fits in that IWC aesthetic very, very well. If you like a sporty watch, if you like something with an aviation theme, it hits you. If you like the racing theme, of course, it hits the nail on the head. But just an excellent, fun. You could do anything you want with this type of watch. I love that it's titanium, so it gives you a little bit of diversity than what you see from normal Pilot's chronos as well. And again, at the price $65.75, it's a great price point to get something unique. Does a lot for your money, big bang for your buck piece, and just something that's going to look different than anything else in your collection without having to go over that $10,000 threshold. And I love that. I like finding really cool gems under 10,000 that just, great conversation starter, gives you a lot to do with, and just a really fun piece. And I think 43 millimeter with titanium, super wearable. Even if you think it might be big on your wrist, I think the wrist presence with the titanium, the feel on the wrist will be good for any wrist. Will be able to wear this watch and enjoy it. I keep it, rare instance, keep the strap the way it is. If you want to get freaky, put it on a gray strap, black stitching just cause, but I'd leave it the way it is. It's already nice and fun and unique, but just a fun find and not something you see every day. Don't think I've ever handled one of these before, seen it in pictures, but something that when this sells, who knows if we ever get one back in, but a great piece to get something unique. If you're an AMG fan, an easy win, and something that doesn't break the bank as well. Moving up, we have, I want to say my favorite Reverso, right? One of my favorite Reverso. I can't say my favorite Reverso because in 2 podcasts, I'll have another favorite Reverso. But one of my favorite Reversos that made me fall in love with Reversos, the JLC Grand Reverso 976. Why is this one of my favorite Reversos? I don't want to say the problem. The conundrum, the question, there we go. The question you have when entering the journey of buying a JLC Reverso is very simple. Which one? Because variety is so, there's so much, especially if you're open to secondary market, especially if you're open on the range, right? And for somebody like myself, I'm a big guy, I have a larger wrist. That kind of narrows it down, right? And many moons ago, I saw somebody wearing this rather large reverso, and I was like, I've never seen one this big. And it was a Grand Reverso 976, and it was just the perfect size. It looked so good in rose gold. They do a steel variation as well, but I think the rose gold is perfect on the wrist. It feels amazing. If you're somebody with a bigger wrist, let's say 7.5 or around that, plus or minus, the 976 is a reverso for you. If you tried on a reverso and you said, oh, I feel like it's a little bit too small, you tried on a reverso squadra and you're like, it's too thick, it's too chunky, the 976 gives you a large reverso while not giving you a thick reverso. It's still a relatively thin watch. You can still get this under a dress cuff. You can still wear this as a tuxedo watch easily, but it fills up your wrist really, really well. I believe the lug to lug on this is somewhere around 46 millimeter. So it fills up the wrist really, really well, but still nice and thin and svelte. Then disappears when you need it to disappear. And it is just one of my favorite reversos. It's really one that I always love reversos, and I love just the engineering that goes into it. And like, just quick pause. When you think about what a reverso is, the case alone, 50 parts, right? Just to make this work, flippable case, 2 sapphires in a non-round case. You got the hinges in there. It's water resistant, not much, but it still is water resistant in this type of case. The movement fills out the whole watch. In-house movement, 976 refers to the caliber of the movement, by the way. The engineering to just make the watch work itself, insane. In-house movement, well decorated. Then you go down to the dial, step dial with some guilloche on it. Beautiful, clean, classy watch. Looks good on the black. I'd have some fun on the straps. Go navy, go dark chocolate. You buy 4 or 5 straps for this watch and you enjoy many, many great adventures. But I'm telling you, there's many of us out there who try on a lot of reversos and it's like, not the right one. You check out the Grande Reverso 976. We also have another good Grande Reverso duo that just popped in as well that is around the same size, that gives you a dual face and a big date up top. So if you want to bump up the complication but also get a good size, check that one out as well. But I want to focus on the 976 for a nice, clean, time-only piece. Jump on it. You will not regret me. Just send me a thank you note. Leave it in the comments. I know. Why didn't you see it before? I know it's just one you don't see because people keep them. This is one that you get and you're like, oh wow, and you don't let it out of the case again. You don't let out the wrist roll again. It just stays with you. This one's full set, December 2015, in excellent condition and just such a gorgeous watch. 13,575 as well. Great price on this. Now let's wrap up with. This is a manager's pick. This is Jose's pick, and he said we should end the show with a bang, and we have a bang for you. We have one of, I think, not one of the first that we traded, but one of the first that we put on the website that's gonna stay like online. And it is the Daytona, Rolex Daytona Cosmograph Le Mans Anniversary Edition in white gold. That's right, it's the 126529 LN. And this is the anniversary Le Mans that was released in 2023. And this is the one that kind of broke the internet. Anniversary edition, 18 karat white gold. I've seen this piece a few times at different exhibitions on a couple people's wrists. I have seen it. It is definitely a very, very rare bird, but it is a beautiful, gorgeous piece. And we're, very fortunate to have one of these in. We do specialize in getting some rare pieces, but this has become super, super rare. And as you learned from our last Watches and Wonders trip a few months ago, these have not been discontinued. There's a yellow gold one, a rose gold one. I believe it's yellow gold that has been announced. Haven't seen any of those out, but this one is no longer out there. So now this is a true little bit of a unicorn, full set, unworn piece, $289,575. You're gonna say, "Oh wow, such a crazy price," but it is what it is for an amazing rare piece like this, and it's gonna be one of those that's gonna do what it does. But it's just focusing on the watch for a second. I just love it. I love the fact that they're paying tribute to some of the classic, Paul Newman style Daytonas that they made in the past. They paid attention to all the things that people wanted. And it really, just even the red 100 for the 100 years of Le Mans, the exhibition case back, are super well done. And really, it is the way that, Daytonas will be going forward in the future, step by step by step, and just a really clean, refined way to do it. Really, really nice character. And even though it is, a crazy piece price wise, it is something that is super stealth wealth. And a lot of people will have no idea what this is. Watch guys, like people who are watching this, we'll know what it is. But most people will just think it's a normal Daytona and you'll be able to go on about your day. But it is just an amazing special piece. It is a looker. And it is fun to see a Daytona with an exhibition case back, right? I can't stop. I can't stop staring at it. Anyway, that is the manager's pick of the week. I hope you guys have an amazing day, week, everything out there. I want to thank you so, so much for watching. And remember, buy what you love.